Y'all know what? We all have a what's the child name? Uh um Reesa Teesa story. We all have one as ladies. And can y'all see me? Let's see, do I need to turn my camera around this way? But we all have a Reesa Teesa story. We all do. We all could wear a t-shirt saying, I am Reesa Teesa. Put it like that. Us single women and those that have been married and divorced, we all can wear a shirt that say, I am Reesa Teesa. So what we have to do now that we have lived and learned a few things, those of us that have lived and learned a few things, we have to reach back and teach our daughters. We have to reach back and teach our granddaughters. We have to reach back and teach any other female that we can that will listen to us to not be a Reesa Teesa. Do not be a Yvette. Do not be a Brenda. Do not be a Jane. We all have to reach back and do that. And you know what helped me? Like I said, I've done some of the same silly things, believed the same silly lies that men have told me. And instead of blaming the man, getting mad at the man, we can't do that because guess what? The man is a criminal. The man is a con. The man is a liar. That's who he is. That's what he does. What we have to do is look at ourselves and ask ourselves, say, self, what was in you? What was so deeply depleted in you that caused you to believe this man? What was inside of you that connected with that was inside of him that caused you to fall for the okie doke? We have to look back and examine our own selves. You know, when you pick up a virus or a bug or something, the doctor will always ask you, where have you been? What you been in contact with? Because the environment that you've been in can really open up a space for viruses to come in. If you expose yourself to certain atmospheres, guess what? You make yourself vulnerable to contract different diseases, different viruses, and everything. So we have to look at ourselves and say, what was empty inside of me that allowed me to open myself up to become vulnerable and to believe the lies? We then have to do a self-check, a self-evaluation. Whether we have low self-esteem, whether we don't know God, whether we don't know our value, something in us, whatever it was. Sometimes men can present money, and because we don't have money or because we want somebody to pay our bills, that could be a door to open us up to be taken advantage of. That's why it's so important to know that God is your provider, that God is your shepherd, that when people offer money, when people offer something that you may not have, if it's not done under the umbrella of the laws of God, you can gracefully decline. And you won't have to be made a victim. You won't have to have that kind of story. And see, we don't blame people, other people. He was a compulsive liar. He was this and that. But guess what? We have to take ownership ourselves too. You know, a lot of times as single parents, single women, we get upset with single fathers because they don't take care of our children. You know, now we mad at them, but guess what? That's who you chose. That's who I chose. I chose both my baby daddies. I chose them. They didn't put no pew-pew to my head. Didn't nobody tell me we're going to lock you up somewhere if you don't be with these men. No, I chose those men based on where I was, based on my mentality. So we have to take ownership of the things that we do. That's why it's so important as single women that we be healed, that we get healed. That when somebody comes around, because let me tell you, these men ain't going to go nowhere. Compulsive liars, manipulators, abusers, monsters. They not going nowhere, honey. We just gonna have to be in a place of wellness. We're gonna have to be well and healthy. You know, a rat or a roach can't live in a clean environment. Cannot live in a clean environment. If you got a clean environment, guess what? Your house or home will not become roach or rat infested. But as soon as you begin to allow trash and stuff to build up, guess what? That will invite those rodents. And it's the same way in your life, in our lives, when it comes to dating. You must live, get in a place, wherever you need to be healed, get healed. Whatever you need to do the work on you, do the work on you so you can be healed, honey. So you won't have these type of incidents. So you won't have these type of heartbreaks. I'm telling you, girls, you don't have to go through what your mamas went through, what your grandmamas went through, what your sister went through, what your aunties went through. You don't have to go through what we went through. If you would only listen. If you would only listen. So that Reesa Teesa story, honey, it's a lot. Now, I didn't watch everything because, like I said, I am Reesa Teesa, honey. I didn't have to watch everything, but the parts that I heard, she's in a place of vulnerability because she's not healed, or she had other motives. Because anytime a woman meet a man online and known him for only 2 weeks, or meet a man, I don't care, not even online anyway. Anytime you meet a man and ain't known him for over 2 weeks and move him into your home, something is broken down on the inside of you. There's some damage, there's some unfulfillment somewhere. We don't do that. We don't do that. But if we would begin, and you know what? When he told the first lie, or when she found out about the second lie, that should have been the end of it. If we would date with a zero tolerance lying policy, or zero tolerance infidelity policy, if we would date like some of these companies do, like some of these schools do, you know, they have zero tolerance for violence. They have zero tolerance for, you know, fighting and violence. They would get rid of you. If we would date like that, instead of thinking, oh, I'm going to give them a chance. Oh, no, honey. People are who they are. And they will come and destroy your life. And guess what? Keep moving on. Have a zero tolerance policy. Baby, if I catch you in a lie, it's it. If I catch you doing something that you of age and should know way better, it's over. Zero tolerance. And that's why for me, I don't waste my time on aggressive men. You are an aggressive man, an angry man, go from 0 to 100. You ain't got to worry about me. You ain't got to worry about me. But anyway, that's what I just wanted to say about that Reesa Teesa story. I thank God that she got out. But I'm praying more that she be healed from the inside, because if not, she's going to go and do the same thing, whatever her healing needs to be. One thing about being healed, you got to get honest with yourself, who you are and where you at and what is your motives for doing what you do. You can't try to wait on somebody to love you more than you love you. You got to love yourself, ladies, more than you looking for somebody else. Oh, I just want somebody to come and love me, treat me right. Love yourself. Treat yourself right. Because when you love yourself and treat yourself right, guess what? That opens up a door for somebody to come in and add on to the love that you have for yourself. Add on to the treating well that you have for yourself. So we have to take responsibility. And when you know better, do better. Reach back and teach others. All right? So I just wanted to say that, honey. All right, this is Women's Recognition Celebration Month, so I applaud all women. All women. We're going to have to do, and we are doing better. We are. All right, toodles.